Hey folks, I was going to hit the rack, but independent online news reports claiming progress in trade negotiations between South Africa and the United States. Of course, they don't list any progress. They run with the government's X posting saying that they've made significant progress from Parks Tau. In the IOL, they say the United States and South Africa have agreed on a roadmap to strengthen bilateral trade and investment relations despite ongoing tensions. But there's no mention of the tariffs being eased. There's no mention of South Africa eliminating artificial and genuine barriers, quotas, tariffs, and customs violations against the United States. There's no mention of that. So what's this roadmap? Parks Tau says he'll brief President Ramaphosa on the progress and the results, but clearly we're not sharing this with the public. IOL is trying to run cover for the ANC and its failed efforts to prevent the tariffs, and now claiming they've had progress in getting trade going. Well, we have trade. You just have to pay a 30% tariff. You no longer get free duty-free access to our country as you oppose the United States, undermine our foreign policy. That's one article, and that one's from Sefile Dudla. And here's another one from Nicola Mawson saying Parks Tau's constructive trade talks in Washington signal new opportunities for South Africa. What new opportunities? I'm sorry, Nicola. I've read your article. There isn't one thing in here that talks about new opportunities. Trade, Industry, and Competition Minister Parks Tau has described as is the Washington to discuss bilateral trade with the United States as constructive. Tau and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation Ron Lamola were sent to the U.S. ahead of the UN General Assembly meeting. On X, Tau said he held constructive talks with U.S. Trade Representative Ambassador Jameson Greer. On our way forward on U.S.-South Africa trade relations, our teams have been in intense negotiations, and I'll be briefing President Ramaphosa on the outcomes in due course. Okay. Tau reaffirmed South Africa's commitment to expanding trade and investment cooperation with the U.S. Okay. But the rest of the story, there's nothing. There's no development here. There's no roadmap. There's no changes in anything. This is just a press release. Folks, it's status quo. Nothing has changed. South Africa is in deep crap with the United States, with the Trump administration, with Congress especially. Congress is pissed off much more than Trump. They're the ones that are pushing for legislation to review the relationship, not Trump. So before anybody starts getting excited that the tariffs are going to go away, they're not based on this information. That South Africa's going to increase trade with the U.S., it's not based on this information. This is just a puffy press release that the IOL, which is making itself the media wing of the ANC, is carrying the water for the ANC. There's nothing here. I'd love to see a change, but there isn't one. So don't get too excited about it, folks. Nothing's happening that we can see, or at least we're being told about.